Does TK have a hall pass?
Yeah.
Like, is there levels to cheating? I thank God I was not listening to Lick Me Up and Down at the age of 6 and 7 and 8.
Hey, that was my stuff.
And that's why you got as many kids as you got. R&B is like turn over, bend over, knock you out, die. You be like,
Your family and friends, they love you, but whenever you go do something with your life that they're not willing to go and do, a lot of times it is exposed as how much they haven't really done. So now your elevation is their conviction. Babe, stop getting on the phone and like pushing them forward on what they trying to do. Like you would sit there and you'll be on there for hours and be like, oh, let me show you. You'll be so happy to help them. When it came to you, they ain't liking your post, they ain't loving it, they ain't sharing it, they ain't calling you and congratulating you on your new nothing.
okay, you want to talk today.
Like, you feel me? This is an Iwegbu production.
Period. What's up, y'all? My name is TK.
And my name is Namdi.
And you are Pillow Talking with the Iwegbus, episode 14.
Yes, in the books.
Yeah, so welcome.
Hey, listen, we are so glad that you guys decided to tune in with us. If you don't know, we motivate the common couple to become extraordinary and singles to receive God's best in relationships. So if you in a relationship, going into a relationship, going to be in a relationship, whatever it may be, you are in the right place at the right time with the right couple. And so we're ready to give you all this on our heart about certain things that's been going on here. So let's jump right into it.
Yeah, so I was doing some research for our show and I ran across this pretty unique clip. I think it's unique to us and probably extremely, especially this culture. And it is of Keke Palmer. She was being interviewed and the question was surrounding cheating. I think you'll be surprised by what we might have to say about it. Check out this clip.
You were married.
Okay.
10 years. Kids. And then in the 10th year, you get cheated on. Are you leaving?
It depends on if he's showing me contrition or not. Why did this happen? Why didn't you talk to me? Was there a problem in our marriage, or is there a problem going on with you? Is this a midlife crisis? Is this something that I need to understand what's going on. But I do think that forgiveness is a major part of love. A lot of people don't want to admit that. Now, I'm not saying you need to be forgiving a dude every dang on day. You know what I'm saying? For something major, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to set your boundary lines and whatever your hard lines are. But I feel like I have learned throughout my life because I've cut a lot of people off. I'm one of those people that's like, you did me wrong, you've hurt me, we're done. Number change, you're blocked. Yeah. And I've learned that that's not right. I've lost a lot of people, or I have just found myself very alone because it's like, well, girl, somebody gonna hurt you once or twice, like including your mama and your daddy and your family members. Like, you're gonna be hurt by people because people are not perfect.
Man, what an interesting take from Keke. Babe, I wanted to, because she said some things in there that reminded me of you, like cutting people off, you done with them, right?
It's a wrap.
So I just wanted to kind of know, like, because of that likeness and the personality in some of those ways, what is it that you think about this?
Yes, she reminds me of myself so much. I want to say my past self, like, I've grown a little bit past this, but I totally get it. So when me and Namdi first got married, we discussed cheating, and it was something from jump. We were like, non-negotiable. I am not taking you back. And we were both just as strong about it. And for me, and I think it's both of our reasonings, but I'll talk about mine. My reason behind not accepting you back if you were to cheat, back then, my reasoning was because I have a little petty lady on the inside that is going to either A, want to pay you back, or B, just treat you like trash. You know, like, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to talk to you bad. You're going to buy me everything I want, and you bet not say no. Like, I deserve everything I want from this moment forward because you did that one thing. Or I'm going to cheat too. I'm going to do it too, and it's going to hurt even worse. You know, like, the evil side that I kill off every day, she would arise if you were to do something like that. So we sat down, we were like, it's a no, because we're both petty, because we're both immature, and not even just that, because we know our worth, and we're just like, I'm cool on that. Like, I'm good. I don't know how to come back from that. I also know married couples, the wife that has gotten cheated on, she don't let that man live it down. Like, I know y'all probably know a couple who the man cheated and she's bitter. You can tell a woman that's been cheated on, like, she's insecure. The man go to Walmart and she like, where you at? I bet you at Sasha's house. Like, everything is about cheating now. Everything, she's insecure. If he work an extra hour, she don't trust that. It's just this heightened, tense environment. And I don't want that. I don't want to live my life. If Namdi go to Walmart, I'm probably just calling him to talk to him, but I'm not like, where you at? You taking a while? What's going on? Like, it's nothing weird. And I don't want to live my life like that. And I see it. I've witnessed it. But we talking about 10 years in the game with someone, kids together, 4 kids later, businesses together, podcasts, YouTube together, ministry together. I mean, the purification that our marriage has gone through over that amount of time, I can understand why someone would take someone back. Again, in the beginning, it was an absolute no, but I understand the contemplation. I understand the consideration.
I gotta pass, y'all.
Baby. Jesus. I understand. I just understand. Because, especially when you've just spent so much time investing in someone. Like, I've taught you how to love me. I've taught you how to treat me. You've seen every season thus far. Like, the deepest of the deepest, darkest secrets, the ugliest of the ugliest side, the pain and the victories together. Yeah. And leaving someone that you've built something with for so long, it's a huge L. Like, it can look more like an L than leaving and like maybe finding someone that can actually honor you and respect you and not do that. Like, it can look more like an L to move on. Like, I've heard women say, I'm strong for staying here. No, it takes strength to leave.
Come on.
It takes strength to get up out of a place, because it's actually easier to stay, although the outcome typically is not that great. Now, I'm sure there are some married couples who have went through infidelity and you've been able to thrive afterwards. But I think I would be so disheartened by the purification our marriage has gone through. We've already had to fight the past and the partners. Like, I hate knowing Namdi had partners before me.
Hates it.
It disgusts me. It makes me vomit, especially when you see them. You just like, ugh. God, why did you do? And I was saying, like, babe, why weren't you thinking of me when you were out here? He's like, babe, I didn't know you were a human. I didn't know you existed. But to know how I think about the past, baby, the present. So although I understand the consideration, I understand the contemplation, but because I have a unmovable confidence in myself, I would be like, Negro, next. Eat with the businesses, with the YouTube, with the ministry, because I just feel like there were so many steps to take before you went there, especially with our marriage. Like, we're not a couple that don't talk. We're not a couple that just coexist. Like, no, we let each other, hey, we ain't getting up. Hey, I need a little more of this. I need you to, kind of, like, let's talk. So I just feel like there were so many steps that we could have, taken before you cross that line. So if you decide to cross that line, that's your idiotic self. And you will have to see me elevate from afar.
Right. I love
Pick
that.
your kids up on the weekend.
Yeah. So it was an interesting take. As far as that goes, I've never knowingly have been cheated on. I've been in relationships where we broken up for periods of time and had partners in between, and they considered that cheating, but I never did. But I have, speaking from the side of the cheater, I have been that. In my early 20s, I remember dating a young lady, and I could not, this was when I first had my first daughter, and I could not stop messing with my child's mom. Also, there was other, women every once in a while. And I felt so bad because I've always been the guy who's had heavy convictions. I felt so bad, I would go and tell this girl. Like, she thought I was everything and just was so big on me, and I just felt like trash, And so I would go and I would say, hey, listen, I did this thing, and I don't think you really should be with me. I don't deserve you,
You sound just like
I would tell her. I would tell her straight up, like, you don't deserve me.
deserve
Like,
better.
she's in med school. She was doing her thing, and I was just like, no, I just don't deserve you. And I would leave, and this girl would basically guilt me into coming back. She would act like she's going to make herself unalive, right? Let's just say that.
Not you laughing while you say that.
Yeah, she would say that. I'm not. It's not funny, but at that time, I'll be like literally would call me on the phone, breaking glass, like, this is what's about to happen if you don't get back here. And I'm like, okay. And this happens like a few different times.
You like crazy.
And so I got back. I would go back and I would stay, but in my mind, her subconsciously, her value was going down. No matter how high level she was in her education. This is for somebody. Y'all out there, you getting your degrees. Y'all, ladies, y'all are really thriving nowadays. Y'all got y'all businesses, all of that. You think if you let him back, that because you this high level woman, that he's going to change, he's going to be a new man because of your status and what you can give him and all of those things. Baby girl, no, that's wrong. Let me tell you, your value is going down. That first time, he's saying, oh, subconscious saying, okay, you could do this again. Okay, so next time when you at the place you done had a little bit, you could just blame it on the drink, blame it on, I didn't know that this, whatever. I got myself in a bad situation. He believes that you're going to let him back again. And usually statistics say, ladies, that y'all will. So I'm telling you right now, most of the time it's good to let him go. So eventually I went ahead and ended that relationship altogether, because regardless, like, I knew she was going to allow me to do these things, and I knew I just wasn't in the state to where I was willing to just be with her only.
Yeah.
And it continued, it ended up being a cycle in other relationships and all. So, but looking at this clip, hearing you, and just living life, I know now a lot of times people say never say what you never will do. Like, you don't know until you're actually in those shoes. So I have had time to rethink about this thing. And I'm like, we building podcasts and businesses, and I mean, we're, going to the next level. So, no, so, I thought about this, like, what would happen? And I'll just turn to what was my non-negotiables coming into the marriage.
Yeah.
This is why marriage counseling is so big, and that was one of them. Regardless of what it is, she knows it don't matter how big we done built the business, any of that. We're going to have to split it down the middle, whatever. It's over. I could never get out my mind.
But how, like, is there levels to cheating? So, like, if, I accidentally kissed someone else?
No, it's done.
It's a wrap. Kiss.
It's done. I can't.
What about
I can't
emotional
take it.
cheating?
Some men may be able to take that. I don't, but statistics
I want
show
to
they
ask
can't.
y'all that. Like, do y'all think there's levels to it? Like,
Yeah, that'd
if
be good to know. Let us know in the
because
comments.
emotional cheating is a thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real thing, actually.
No, really.
Absent when y'all ain't seeing eye to eye and you lean on your work friend a lot, and y'all talking a lot, and there's an emotional connection. Are you leaving for that? Is that cheating to you?
So biblically, it doesn't have a way of making that out. But again, with us, yes. Again, because we have such a safe space with each other.
Yeah.
You can speak up on whatever the issue is.
Yeah.
You can tell me, man, I want to do this, and I want the craziest thing. My wife can let me. I mean, nothing too crazy. That's outside. Again.
Okay, I was just wondering where you were
That's
going.
Biblical.
Okay.
We can make sure that we do, and we can take care of that.
Yeah.
But so for me, it's still a very, very strong no. There's probably
Not
some
the
older
crazy.
person right now looking at us like, these young whippersnappers don't know what they talking about. Let them get into this situation, whatever.
Yeah, let them get to
Hey,
year 20. And
listen.
I understand that. No,
Yeah,
I do understand
I
that.
understand why you may stay.
No, I understand also, like I said, the contemplation and the consideration.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about year 40, 50, and somebody emotionally cheat at work. It's like, you might consider, like, okay,
Yeah.
what was that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Now, so I think it's levels to it. And when it comes to intimacy, a kiss, a boob rub, any of those things, it's a wrap.
I'm good.
It is an absolute wrap. But I
good.
also think there are other forms of cheating that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
And that is emotional cheating.
Emotional cheating.
Yeah,
Now,
that's a big deal.
that's probably the one I've heard of the most. Like I remember a brother.
We went to the marriage camp. Remember? And the white couple, the woman emotionally cheated with her boss. I think.
Or something like that. I remember that. Yeah, that's what I mainly heard of, and so I think that's why it's so important to stay locked in with each other. I think that's why it's so important to make sure that you guys are going on dates and that you guys are checking in with each other quarterly. How am I doing as a husband? How am I doing as a
every
as a
area?
Wife? Making sure that you're filling up that love tank, whatever their love language is, the affirmations, the physical touch, the acts of service, things of that sort. You have to be locked in with each other. You have to feed your marriage like you would feed anything else. I mean, that's why even when we're doing fairly well in our marriage, could always be better. But we said we going to the marriage we went to the marriage conference there. We probably went in the last 2 to 3 months. We've been to 2 of them. We've been to the marriage conference and then boot camp, and then we went to the One Accord situation, which was amazing too. And every time we're getting stronger and stronger. How could you feed so many other things? You go to the gym consistently. You do all your business. You're maxing out in your business. You're maxing out in all your investments, all those things. But are you maxing out in your marriage? Is there no gap to where somebody else could come in and fill in a place that you're not? Not saying it's an excuse, but man, some of you guys are leaving the most important thing. You're leaving that foundation, that marriage. You're leaving that abandoned while everything else is thriving. Just make sure you're not doing those things.
And I just want to lastly say, back to the consideration, the contemplation. I like what she said, what Kiki Palmer talked about, like, where was our marriage? So I can understand, like, with marriages that know that they were like, nah, I was 100% neglecting you. I barely was home. Yeah. I was always out. I didn't care. We didn't go to sleep together. We didn't, like, nothing. Mm-hmm. I can understand why you'd be like, nah, I got to take that L. Yeah. I did not show up. Yeah. So make sure if, Lord forbid something like that happens, like for me, I know hands down, if Namdi decided to do that, that would be straight up flesh, sin, and evilness in him, because he is well taken care of. And so I have the confidence in that. And we've created, like you said, we've created the environment to talk about any and everything from intimacy to finances to friends to I don't want you to be cool with that person. That's giving little weird vibes to I need this. I mean, everything, every area. We don't go silent in this house. We don't coexist. We're not roommates. Like we're actively, and I think, we talk about that we didn't have counseling much in our marriage. I think that's actually been a blessing because it's kind of forced us to step up. Like, no, we don't have help. It's just us. So yeah, I just understand the consideration, the contemplation. But when it comes down to Takesha Iwegbu, it's a big no for me.
And the same here for me. So, hey, man, we want to know, what do you guys think? I mean, after this take, would you let somebody, come back into your life after cheating? Would love to know. Let us know down in the comments below. What's up, family? We wanted to pause for just a moment to let you all know we have created a way for you guys to partner with us with our Patreon community launch.
Yes, look, have y'all been enjoying the gems, the conversations, the transparency, baby? We've been putting our whole life on this camera. And if you have been enjoying it, we are creating an opportunity for you to partner with us because we want to be able to create at the highest level of excellence, and that requires resources. And that is where you come in. We have created a tier as low as $5 a month, y'all. $5. So if you would like to partner with us, just simply click the link in the description box, and we hope to see you over there.
Recently, I was looking at Tim Ross's podcast, and he had Jackie Hill Perry on. She's an author, artist, poet, all those things, man. And so she had something very powerful that she said. I want to go over this. Look at this video right here.
I have a challenge for whoever's listening. I've been wanting to put this on social media. I ain't did it yet because I ain't feel like the Lord wanted me to. But I do now.
Great.
With this, which is I would challenge anybody to do a secular music fast for 30 days. And in that time, listen to gospel, listen to worship, listen to CCM, Hillsong Bethel, I don't care. Listen to the people and be asking God to renew your mind. And I guarantee you, after a month, you will see a shift in your life with God. I guarantee you. That's it.
Challenge accepted.
So yes, secular music. I know this is one of those arguments that the believers
people
love to
You
have.
can have everything else, but don't touch that.
Yeah, don't touch this. Don't touch the music. Is it sin? Is it not sin? Is it good? Is it not good? What's demonic? Is the whole industry demonic? I think it's a big conversation to have as believers. So, babe, I know this is probably more of something for you. Yeah. I grew up listening to Christian music my whole life. It wasn't anything I had to find or
It was R&B. R&B gospel out there. She be like,
for sure.
I'm like, man, that stuff. They just really wanted
Men of Standard.
They wanted to talk about, some.
But they was talking about Jesus,
love, and they wanted to talk about some nasty things. But they just put Jesus' name on it.
I thank God I was not listening to "Lick Me Up and Down" at the age of 6 and 7 and 8.
That was my stuff.
And that's why you got as many kids as you got.
Hey, you make me think of that song. Why you even say that? That's a trigger.
Yeah.
That's a trigger.
It actually should be a trigger. Why you should?
What y'all know about Silk's first album, man? I might be dating myself. Silk, all Silk.
No, y'all forgive him and continue to pray for his salvation in the Lord. But you have more of a story of kind of needing to step away just from music and how it impacted you. Would you like to share with the people?
Yeah, so music is everything to me. Growing up with it, like we were just talking about, R&B, 90s R&B. Woo, don't play with me with 90s R&B. I'm talking about the Jodeci's, the Silks, Mary J, Men at Large. Some names y'all don't even know. Keith Sweat, the King. Large? Yeah, y'all don't know. That's, again, you got to really be on your stuff.
I keep forgetting you're older than me, too.
Yes, I am. And my mother always put me on. I mean, really, my mom had music playing, all the different R&B and everything. So I just loved music. So when I first got saved, one of the things was we had a corporate fast at our church. And when it came down to like Daniel fast or something, it wasn't that big of a thing to me. Like food isn't that big. Obviously, you could probably see me. Like I don't just snack. I don't eat much. I eat when it's time to eat. Don't get it wrong. I still am a foodie, but I eat probably like just really regular 2 to 3 meals per day or whatever. So I was just like, I was telling the sister at the church, I was like, I don't really feel like that's a big of a sacrifice for me. And she was like, well, she's like, it don't have to be food, Namdi. She was like, you could do what is really hard for you to give up. I was like, my music. I'm talking about when I first got up in the morning for work. I'm got my Paul Wall on, my Chameleon there, my Slim Thug, Trey and Zero. Jesus. I'm talking about I'm pulling up bumping every morning when I'm getting to work because that was what got me hyped and that's what got me going.
Zero.
Oh
yeah. Depressing.
Well, I hate you. Like, little get
exactly.
Don't get me going.
Depressing.
Hey, shout out to everybody.
He will have you not liking women.
Huh?
He will have you not liking women.
Hey, listen, I feel like Trey and Zero spoke my life. Like,
it makes sense.
I had to listen.
I had to tell
get
him
delivered from Trey and Zero.
Remember, I told you I was like, you don't need to listen to him no more.
Well, first off, I wasn't on it that hard, but it was. No, this is when I was in like moderation of that. Okay. So just to make it clear, before you kind of jumped way ahead, but just to make it clear. There were certain times when I would listen to it whenever I was upset with her in our first like couple years or so. I would be listening to Trey and Zero. Yes. And I would get my mind right. Like I felt like somebody knew what I was going through in some ways. I don't know.
They're so relatable. Annoying.
But let's go back. So go back to that time. I was like, well, music is actually my thing to give up. Yeah. That's really my sacrifice. Lord, I'm gonna sacrifice this. And I'm going to only listen to praise and worship. And I had knew of Christian hip hop artists. I believe B Shock at that time. I had bought one of his CDs or something and some other artists. And I was like, okay, this is all I'm going to listen to. I'm going to sacrifice. So I gave my CD book to another sister at the church. I gave it to her, said, hey, listen, take this. Please don't give it back to me till after the fast. And I went all in on nothing but Christian music. And let me tell you, fasting, praying, asking God to change my heart, letting that music minister to my soul, it changed everything. It was a game changer. I'm talking about, I didn't even know there were so many dope artists in Christian hip hop because for me, it couldn't have just been worship. For y'all, it probably can be. But for me, I needed something more. I mainly listen to hip hop. I didn't listen to like a lot of R&B. So I was like, okay, man, I still kind of get my hip hop fix. So it made me tap into Lecrae and Thizzle,
Yeah.
Triple E, and all these different artists out there in Christian hip hop, KB. I'm talking about these fire artists. And I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
It made me discover a whole new gem. Let me tell y'all something right now. The gem that y'all don't know about, for y'all that are just straight mainstream, or y'all only listen to worship music and then the rest is all ratchet music, y'all do not know. There is a gem out there that is not uncovered yet. They don't want you to know about it. It's called Christian hip hop, CHH. There are artists like Lecrae, KB, my wife, TK Lee. All these other artists out there that are way more fire than those that are in the secular realm of things. Now, mind you, the reason why Jackie Hill Perry is saying doing this and asking God to transform your heart during this time is because you also have to be intentional about this.
Yes.
Because at the same time I was seeking him, I wasn't just doing it to just be doing it. Like, you know how sometimes people fast and it's more about just the food than actually getting the closeness with God and really hearing from God? Like, no, you really have to do this and say, Lord, change my heart, transform me. Like, I want a pure heart, Lord. Start dealing with some of those things that you put up on the rug. So when I went and I started listening to this Christian hip hop, and I'm only listening to worship, I'm talking about the worship, I started listening to worship on the way to work. My whole attitude started to change. And I came out renewed. I came out thinking that it was cool to not be having sex outside of marriage. I came out thinking that it was cool to not be smoking and drinking and all that. They were making all this dope music, and it started to transform my heart. If you don't know, all the music that you're listening to, it is going in your ear gate, and it is sitting in is sitting and marinating in your heart. That eventually comes out in your actions, how you speak. You're talking about you don't want to cuss no more or whatever. Okay, stop listening to cussing music. Okay,
Right.
you're talking about you don't want to be a cheater no more. Well, dang. Stop listening to music that glorifies cheating. You don't want to smoke, you don't want to drink. What do you think that most of the music that you're listening to that's in the mainstream, what are they talking about?
Right.
Most of them are talking about all of those things. The crazy thing is you are just the fiend that they're serving, because most of them cats, they don't even live like that. They nothing but WWE superstars. They're faking it. They're faking it. And they just giving you what you want. You just a dope fiend for their music.
Facts.
And they don't even live like that. That's why a lot of people mess with Jay-Z. Because at least his music is progressing as he's progressed. What he's talking about is progressing as he's progressing.
Yeah.
Most of these artists aren't doing those things. And so I say that to say, man, yes, do that.
Yeah.
Take this time in. Like, take a challenge. Let go of it, man. You have to insert something different to get a different output.
Yeah.
You have to do that. And what you think about it, babe?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think to stay I'm gonna step outside of the lane of music, just on the part that you just ended on. Like, the women that I talk to, that I coach, friends, people, like, everyone wants to be better, but like hardly anyone is really willing to do something different. People want to be a better whatever, wife, mom, believer. You want more power. You want more authority. Like, we want to know, even when people ask me questions like, how do you hear God so clearly? Or how do you know when it's God? How do you know? And it's like, well, when I look at their lives and I see all worldly stuff outside of you going to church on Sunday, I'm just like, yeah, you haven't trained your ears to even know God's voice. Like, you haven't. It's so much clutter. And so, although I don't think that secular music is a sin, now some music is absolutely demonic, violent, crazy. I remember I was trying to listen to something, I don't know who it was, but it was in my car. It was in the car, and I was like, good God. Like, it just started.
Taste buds change.
Huh?
Your taste buds
Absolutely.
change.
Cannot just listen to straight cussing, ratchet. Like, I just cannot do it. It makes me feel weird.
It feel weird sometimes when you just talking to somebody and they cuss us. You're like, ooh, ouch. And sometimes it's not too big
I don't
to me,
think I
but
met-
sometimes I'm like, okay, ooh, Okay.
It depends. I think it also depends on the cuss word.
Yeah.
It also depends on the cuss word. Like them F-bombs be kind of going crazy. Like Jesus. But you do kind of notice it a little bit more.
You notice it way more.
You notice it more when
Yeah.
you're not a cursor. Like I just got asked that in an interview about cursing, and they was like, "Do you curse?" And I said, "Well, if I hit my toe hard enough, I don't know." But like on just a regular conversation, like I
what you
just.
doing.
It's kind of weird, but back to the point that I was making about changing, wanting more, wanting to change. You want your marriage to change. Y'all listening to cheating music. Y'all listening to women are hoes. Y'all listening to men ain't nothing. Y'all listening to, it's like, y'all, like, come on. At least if you go listen to R&B, listen to love making music of somebody talking about their lady and they woman. Like, so I just think that, like, we got to get real. Not like, it's not even deep and spiritual. It's actually a practical look at your life. What are you letting your soul marinate on? What are you letting your spirit set in? What are you allowing yourself to be around? That's like, I hardly listen to music with words. Like I'm a jazz girl. Give me some good instrumentals and some good classical piano, vibey music, and I'm straight. And if I do listen to words, if I do listen to R&B, I tend to lean back in the 80s and 90s because today's music,
Oh, they tripping.
sheesh,
They telling you to do everything.
it's so violent. And then
Even R&B is not even R&B no more. I mean, you got some. that's
R&B
real
is like turn over, bend over, knock you out, die. You be like,
yeah.
I thought I was gonna two-step with my man. Like
come
now
on.
I'm like, you gonna knock me out. So overall, I just want to say this. Just like be real, y'all. Like be real. You know music. It's not always heaven or hell, but is it good? You know, as you get older, you want more out of life. You are going to, like, y'all, we gotta give up something, you know, like we gotta give up something. And then what you realize as you give up, as you sacrifice these things and say, you know what, Lord, I'm gonna just see what happens. You'll find out that you don't even want it anymore. Like you'll find out you don't even desire certain things, and that's including music. Like I just don't desire Megan Thee Stallion and Lotto or any of them. Like I'm cool. Nobody's married. Nobody's talking about the morals that I have. It's just. Just be real. You know that stuff is sitting in your spirit.
Yeah, and they such actors. Like
they're
it
straight up
irritates
actors.
me that most of
they
them
do all of that and go home and lay up with they boo. Like they husbands sometimes. Yeah, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. Like they do all this, get a bag, move on to the next, and they get in the bed and lay with
credit
him.
card.
Yeah, but you're married. Like so,
you actually the breadwinner.
Yeah. So it's just be real, look at it, and stop giving people your ear and your attention and your time. Even, okay, that's going off topic. Even what you watch, TV shows, like a lot of women are allowing certain men to do certain stuff to them because they are we are so flooded and full of the world.
Yeah.
We are so full of secular morals and principles that you confusing the word. It's a little bit of Jesus, a little bit of world, a little bit of secular, a little bit of Cardi B, a little bit of Sarah Jakes, a little bit of TD Jakes, a little bit of Real Housewives, a little bit, like it's a little bit of everything. That's why you're so confused and you don't have no morals because 7 different principles are trying to teach you. So it's confusing. And so just make everything line up to where you want to go, including your music.
Let me tell you, go ahead and listen. That challenge,
Do it.
y'all should do it, man.
Yeah.
I want to know who gonna do it. Like somebody in the chat or right there in the comments, let us know. Like, man, go ahead and do this challenge. We're just telling you from some people who have done that.
Yeah.
We did it. Let me tell you, after I came off of that fast, I was different. I actually probably for over a year or so, I didn't really listen to any like secular music for a while. Again, my taste buds had changed. My eyes were open. That I was on some filth. I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
And this closeness with God came, man. And it was just a transformational experience. So now, like, hey, do y'all listen to those things? Sometimes, but it's a clean version of any of those things. I can't listen to Trey and Zero on them no more. I'll be depressed.
Right.
I cannot do those things.
Yeah.
But now we can do those things in moderation, and really our taste buds have changed.
Yes.
I think that both of us now, we're probably more on podcasts and sermons and things of that. Like we don't even listen to those. Our whole stereo system is turned into a library, and we're just trying to learn as much as possible. But anyway, that don't have to be you. listen, take the challenge that
Yeah.
Jackie Hill said. I want to know right now, are you going to be the one who takes that challenge? Put it down in the comments below. And we also want to know, what progress have you seen after those 30 days?
Yes.
What's good, family? We want to pause for a quick moment. Hope you're getting tremendous value from this video, but we want to share with you, it shows that about 49% of you who are watching right now are not subscribed.
49%. Listen, y'all, it's free to subscribe. It's free to hit the notification bells. And if you keep coming back, you keep watching, that means you like the vibe. So join the family, click that notification bell, click the subscribe button. We will so totally appreciate
Yes,
it.
we will. Back to the show. But listen, it's time for the aha moment of the week. Yes, listen, you know, we like you guys to grow with us as we're growing. And when we get revelations for the Lord, we want to share it with you. And this week, the aha moment is they can't congratulate because they didn't elevate. Babe, talk to us about this subject.
Jesus.
This was your main revelation. I want to know.
Yeah, this was an aha moment for me last week. Or was it last week? I don't know. It was a couple of weeks ago. It was actually, the aha moment came out of a very sad, kind of depressing, life-altering shift. Just a moment that I ended up having with someone that I, really love and honor and respect and, hold dear. I ended up having something to celebrate. Yeah. And I did something for the first time, and I was just like, I was struggling between, don't make this so big because you don't want to be disappointed that nobody congratulate you. Like, it's just that thing. Like, I don't know. Have y'all been there where you're so used to people not celebrating you that you just down everything? Like, girl, Mother's Day, birthday, like, I'm gonna just make it low in my mind because I'm gonna be disappointed by people. So I was between that and then also on the other side of like, no, these my people. Like, no, I'm gonna let them know, like, this is a big moment. And so I ended up sharing a big moment with someone, and this person basically kind of responded in a way of, because I still honor and love this person, I won't share, but hey, it's my life, but this person basically responded and said, you basically, you think you're the big stuff now.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting there. I remember where I was at. I was in Ross parking lot. And I remember sitting there like, first of all, you know all the hell that I've been through. You know all the seasons of like just triumphing and overcoming sadness, rejection, and abandonment. And I have one accomplishment, and that's what you think my character about to turn into? Wow. And you remember when I talked to you about it, I was sad for a minute. Yeah, it was. I was sad for a very long time after that because I was just like, why? What was that? That was so strange. And we ended up talking about just people in general that cannot celebrate you. And the reason why, it's not a personal thing toward you. It's not because they don't like you. They might actually be proud, but your celebrations and your elevation highlights and expose the lack of growth in their own life. And so because I was unfortunately dealing with people that just stopped fighting for themselves, stop growing, stop elevating, stop becoming, stop just dreaming. Because I'm dreaming and because I'm still moving forward, it exposes that they have not moved. With that being said, it's like, how dare you try to keep growing? That's the enemy. It's not their voice, but it's the enemy. And I struggled for so long because I'm like, we all love each other. Like, this is a happy life, a happy world. And it's like, no, it ain't, baby. And this brought me also to the point of two things. One, to not share everything with everybody, even the people that you love, because I'm going to say this, and I pray that I don't say it again, but every big moment in my life has been robbed. It has been robbed from people just not wanting to celebrate, making a weird moment out of it, an argument you've witnessed most of them actually, of just from births, labors, marriage, with the wedding, like everything has been robbed from me. And so I said this last time, I said, okay, God, I learned my lesson. I'm not telling nobody that I know ain't gonna really be, celebratory. But then it led me to my second point, is to intentionally and aggressively make my community full of victors, people that are winning, people that they are good. This is why I say this all the time as a woman, that I cannot be friends with another woman that ain't doing nothing. She will forever be mad that I'm continuously elevating. I am trying my best to grow every day. And so, yeah, it came out of a sad, situation of just like, dang, how about congratulations? How about I'm proud of you? How about good job? Like, that's great, but it gave me an opportunity to see that, not that person, but to see the type of people that I know I cannot share these things with.
Yeah. I think that's why nowadays community is so big.
Yeah.
You have to, if you're going to elevate, you're going to have to shift in most cases. I saw a post where God said that, on your way as you're elevating, you lose 99% of your friends.
Baby,
like
99.
99. And I could tell you, we're not speaking from we're super up there, snooty way or anything. But as we have grown, we had lost people on the way. We know that firsthand.
It's not even snooty because our growth has mainly been mental.
Yeah.
It's mainly been like spiritual and mental growth.
Yeah.
Not like we got a bunch of money and a bunch of material things.
Yeah, and it's because a lot of times when you're growing, you have to set a new boundary for people. You got to let them know, I can't talk at this time. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't make that. I'm actually going to be at a conference on this day. Or, actually, I got a meeting with my mentor. I'm actually in a small group. A lot of times you're shifting that way. And if they're not, and they're not trying to do something major,
they don't get it.
Yeah, they just don't get it. They think, oh, so you think I remember, talking with somebody that I love, and they was like, man, think about we kind of got into it. And he said like something bad on like my podcast, and just like forget all of that. Like tried to go hard at it. It showed that person showed their heart at that time.
Yeah,
and I was like, dang,
that
okay,
sucks.
that really sucks.
Yeah,
but again, I gotta compare what have our moves been like. What have that person's moves been like to what my moves have been like, okay? Yeah. Because what happens is your family and friends and all of that, yes, they love you, but whenever you go do something with your life that they're not willing to go and do, a lot of times it is exposed as how much they haven't really done, okay? So now your elevation is their conviction. It's like, dang, and most people, instead of seeing that like, dang, man, I'm so proud of you, man. Let me help you or whatever. A lot of times they sit there and
your elevation is their conviction.
Elevation is
it's
their conviction because it just shows like, dang, it shows how much they really haven't done subconsciously. Yeah. You won't see that, like, it ain't like these people are sitting there meditating on you or thinking about you. But what happens is it's like, oh, I see your little podcast.
I be paying attention to
your little
podcast.
Business. I see your made your little move. I see your little whatever the case. That's how they start to just kind of deflate what you're doing in a way because man, they may be good. And again, nothing against people who want to do this. They may be good with just their little 9 to 5. They may be good with their, how their marriage is or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. But instead of pushing you forward and congratulating you for it, I believe strongly that God will bless you if you would really celebrate others in their wins. I believe, to be honest with you, we've been blessed on many levels because, man, we celebrated other people. We served other people.
My God.
I mean, we served a lot of different people. Some that maybe don't even mess with us now to this day or whatever. But we served them. We celebrated them. We wanted the best for them. We
money, resources, time, gifts, like all of it. Yeah.
I remember you kept getting hurt by certain people, and I was like, babe, stop getting on the phone and like pushing them forward on what they trying to do. Like you would sit there, you'll be on there for hours and be like, oh, let me show you, like you could do this, and you'll be so happy to help them.
Yeah.
But when it came to you, they ain't liking your post, they ain't loving it, they ain't sharing it, they ain't calling you and congratulating you on your new nothing.
Okay, you want to talk today.
Like, you feel me? They're showing you
want to talk.
Like I'd rather use you, but I don't want to push you to the next level. And so that's why
if it doesn't benefit me.
If it don't benefit me.
Yes.
Okay. But the crazy thing is a lot of times those friends, family, close people, they don't understand it. If you get in a new room, guess who has easier access to that room? They do.
course.
But instead, they rather not
Yeah.
help you out. And so again, this is why community is big. Make sure you get yourself in new communities. I was telling somebody this the other day. I was like, man, a lot of times my new family is like some of my community now. That's the people that are moving where I'm moving at. The people that are speaking because they won't kill my dreams.
Yes.
So I have to move. That's why you hear a lot of people. You barely gonna see people like LeBron James, who has all of his, has a good amount of his friends who are doing business with him. But guess what they did with him? They elevated with him.
Yeah.
And now they're on his team. And you just don't, that's very rare to see. Most times you're going to see some of your biggest celebs and people that are famous.
Yeah.
The people that's in the pictures. I've said this before. People that's in the pictures, they're going to be somebody who's their family, not by blood, but by love.
Yeah, and I just want to encourage the person that if you're real with yourself, you haven't grown. Like, you haven't elevated. You might be watching this and saying like, oh, those are haters, but like, you might be a hater, like, unknowingly a hater. Like, when you were talking about the people that I was on phones with, I was chopping it up with, helping them build their businesses, brands, churches. And then now that I'm doing something, and the crazy thing is, these are the same people that told me that I would be doing this. Told me that I was, whatever, like, hey, you something else, like, you gonna be doing big things, and now I am, but I'm not doing big things for you, right? But you will unknowingly become the hater, or unknowingly become the person that don't support and don't celebrate if you are not only not moving forward, but securing your own lane. Like, I'm not gonna get jealous of another woman for doing another thing. I'm straight in all levels of my life, marriage, motherhood, business, any of that. And so I just want to encourage you, like, if you are not growing, this is one of the reasons. And then let me say this, as a mom, as a parent, listen to me very clearly. Please go and be all that God has called you to be, because you will be, if you stay stagnant, you'll be jealous of your son or your daughter for growing past you. You will be hating on them because they decided to get married and stay married. You'll be hating on them because they decided to get the business and all you did was think about it. No, go pave the way for them. Make it easier for them to get into business. Make it easier for them to know what monogamy looks like in a marriage, in a happy operating in kingdom looks like. Let them see that from you, because a lot of times it be the parents that make it hard for us to move forward. Like, dang, I just wish you can, but you can't congratulate because you still trying to do things too. Like, you at the age of 65, I pray that I am able to receive Brooklyn and Eva's babies and sit at the house and, be receiving residual income for all the hard work that I did in my 40s and 30s and 40s. You know what I mean? So just go and be, and, because I am actively, y'all, and this is transparency, I am actively still working on the people that have dropped me. The people that I have fought so hard for. Like Namdi said, he'll watch me on the phone with hours with these people and trying to help their brands and their businesses and their churches. And like, now that we're doing something, they are silent. I haven't gotten one phone call of a congratulate, a text, a nothing. And I'm just like, when I was working for you, you were liking everything. I heard your new song. Like, you saw my new music drops. You saw every YouTube. Y'all fire. And now that I'm not benefiting your thing anymore, it's silence. We not locked in no more. And we just got to stop that as the body of Christ. Like, pastors doing that to members. Parents doing that to kids. Friends doing it to each other. Like, I shouldn't only receive congratulations if I am benefiting you. Even if I am not, like, it still should be a congratulation. But they can't congratulate because they haven't elevated.
They haven't elevated, man. Yeah. It's so sad, man.
It's very sad.
We
y'all pray for me.
We tell y'all, yeah, definitely.
Because I'm like, you ain't getting my like either. Shoot.
Yes. I remember when I first met my wife and she was just like, babe, you don't stop doing, like, I just love on people.
Yeah, Namdi was liking posts from people I know don't like him.
Yeah, I was just
literally,
that was just my heart. Like, I'm gonna still show you love, even if you don't show that love back.
That's our
it's
heart.
Like, what's a business song?
You can hate on me, but you ain't get no hate back. Yeah,
you get no hate back. Like,
and
that's really truly what I'm on.
Right. But if you kept liking their stuff,
They're
and
gonna keep showing up in front of
not
you.
only that, when things happen, you like, wait,
Why they ain't
where's such
telling
and
none of my
such?
stuff?
Yeah. And so we had that, both of us, like we will sit down with people and help them build their business from ground up.
Yes.
Hey, you should do this. I'm talking about y'all time spent with people, helping them build their own personal thing.
Yeah.
And really thought we had relationships with people just to go and start doing things. And we like, where's our mentors?
Yeah, what happened to him? God said, there's a shift and it don't matter. I still got you. I'll bring another, man. And so, again, man, just be intentional about if you're one who's trying to elevate. Again, if you're good where you're at, like some of you guys got amazing families who all of y'all are elevating, all of y'all are doing pretty good. All your friends in your circle are doing great. Y'all all are on the up and up. Some of us, and many of us, if I look at our posts and they're reading right, it's a lot of y'all feel like, man, my family don't support me, my family don't do this, whatever the case, man. You have to go outside of that.
You do.
You have to go outside of that and build a new family, a new community of people who you both are growing and y'all can help each other out and it's reciprocal.
Yes.
Okay. And so therefore you can get some of that love there. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So
you're gonna keep being disappointed.
You're gonna keep being
disappointed. You're gonna keep, that is my life experience, is doing the same. It's insane, literally. Yeah. But doing the same thing and expecting the same people to do something different that they like, it's not in them. It's just not gonna happen. And this is the last thing out, y'all. Clearly I'm passionate about this. This could have been a whole show. Yeah. But it also allows you to love them for where they're at. Mm-hmm. So I actually have a better love for them because I don't expect anything from them. Mm-hmm. I don't expect to get a text when I could become a president. And there's just some people that I know won't say anything.
Act like they ain't never see it.
Act like they don't see it. Act like they ain't on Facebook or Instagram. Act like and will watch my story. But, that's another, video.
Weird stuff.
Another video. But it has allowed, for some people, now some people I'm actively working through the Lord to help me with, but for some I'm like, that's who they are. Yeah. It's just who they are. Yeah. So the further you get away from expecting certain people to help you and congratulate you and celebrate you, the further you can get away from that, the more you'll actually be able to authentically love them. You won't expect it from them.
Won't expect it from them, man. So what do y'all think about this aha moment? Can you guys relate on any of these things here, man? I mean, let me tell you, you want to, again, take all these different keys that we both have put out if you're in that same situation. But we want to know, are we alone in this, or do you guys have some experience in some of these things? Make sure you put it down in the comments below. Yeah. And hey, listen, we're at the end of our show. Hey, listen, it was great. It was rocking with y'all once again. We definitely appreciate it. If you haven't already, know that we're not just here on the video. If you're looking at us on the screen on YouTube, we are also on your favorite podcast, on your Spotify's, the Apple and all of those things out there. If you're listening, man, please do us a favor. Leave us a 5-star review. If it's not 5-star, don't worry about it.
Keep it moving.
Okay, as far as that goes, man. But more than anything, we want you guys to take this. I pray that you got some tremendous value from this. Yes. We want you guys to take these things and, man, really go and transform your life into what it is that all of what God intended it to be. Yes. Man, you got anything to add before we go?
No, just fight. This is a fight. Like, if you want your life to look a certain way, like for me, I feel like, and I'm still becoming, and I will always grow until the day that I die. But even now, I feel like I'm so different. Like life experiences and just seeing people, and not even just disappointments, but like just seeing life and how things can shift so quickly. You tend to just have more grace for people, but you also understand the urgency for you to be better. Like y'all, every single person that is watching this, God has assigned you to do something specific. He has called you to do something specific. And the longer that you take to realize that the life you're living right now, it is not connected to who you will be. I had to realize I can't be her. Like I can't be this version in order to be positioned to receive what God has for me and do what he's called me to do. Yeah. The quicker you can come to that understanding, the quicker you can get the husband, the man, the car, the whatever it is, and just the peace of mind of like, okay, I'll keep going. Overall, don't waste another day not doing something toward the person that you know you need to be. Don't waste another day. Read the book. Stop the habit. Get away from the old friends. Break up with him or her. Go to the new church. Go to church. Watch the sermon. Open up the word. Go on the fast. Whatever it is, just do it, y'all. Time is running out. And our Savior will be coming soon. And you don't want to see him and be like, dang, I didn't do nothing.
Nothing with all them talents, man. So
all those gifts.
Hey, man, listen, thank you again for rocking with us.
Yeah.
Leave comments below, share this, all those YouTube things. Make sure that you do that. But until the next time, y'all be blessed. We'll holler at y'all. Peace. Hey, thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you could do us a huge favor, please hit that like button and please subscribe.
Yes, and please do not forget to hit that notification bell. We need y'all to be locked in every single time we drop this fire content.
Yes.
Also, we need y'all to follow us on all social media platforms at the Iwegbus. And look, we will see y'all on the next video.